I've had a pain in my shoulder for about 10 years. I went to many doctors, but it didn't help. You said that our illness comes from our wrongful behaviors, so we should solve the fundamental problems. What should I do?
내가 이 사회 불만이 많으면 내한테 무리가 옵니다.
When we have many complaints about society, our bodies start to have problems. Why? Whatever we see or hear from society comes to us as energy. The earth is receiving energy from the universe. The stars we see have sent us light, which means we are receiving their energies. The fact that we see the stars means we are within the radius of their energies. If we don't see the starlight, then we do not receive its energy. Similarly, what human beings hear is also receiving energy. What we see is also the reception of energy. The energy from sight and hearing are slightly different in quality, but nevertheless, they are both energies. Our energy levels depend on how well we absorb these energies. That is how human beings grow. We wouldn't be able to receive energy if we did not listen to others. Human beings are omnivorous creatures that can absorb all sorts of energies. Leaning toward one type of food causes our body to lack certain things, so just eating well doesn't make you healthy. Our body is preserved by eating and absorbing food well. However, is the body maintained well by just eating healthy food? Our body is maintained well only when our spirit also receives nourishment. Why? Because our spirit resides inside our body through 6006 energy gates. You, yourself, is a spirit that inhabits the flesh through 6006 energy gates.
개는 사이간자를 안 쓰고 소는 사이간자를 안 쓰는데 왜 인간은 사이간자를 쓰느냐? 여기 천부경에 써놓은 겁니다.
As described in Cheon or heavenly scripture, you are not only a god, nor just an animal, but a combination of the two.
그래서 사이간자를 쓰는 거예요. 왜? 너는 이 동물의 육신을 가지고 있지만
You may have the flesh of an animal, but spiritual energy called soul exists within it. So you are a soul and a god, or a spirit.
또 다른 말로 빚어서 만들어내도 중생이라는 말을 써요.
We are beings living a middle life between the physical and the spiritual worlds.
요건데 이게 우리가 언어를 만들어서 달면서 인간이라는 걸 만드는 거죠. 그래서 우리가 모든 것을
We ought to digest everything well without complaints.
이렇게 되면
Then our bodies will be well balanced.
우리가 모든 것을 불만 없이
If you know how to digest everything that you see and hear without complaints, then you would also be able to consume food without bias. That's how grand nature created us. Therefore, if you can't accept what others say, you also can't accept certain foods. Then your health suffers greatly in the end. We need to learn the underlying principle about our health before we learn about healthy diets.
근본적인 걸 먼저 알아야 내 건강을 유지할 수 있는 것이지. 그래서 우리가 스트레스를
Being stressed means that we are not absorbing things correctly.
말이 소화가 안 되면 말이 들어오는 에너지,
If we are not absorbing energies that come from words or from what we see, we become overloaded, and this leads to stress.
그래 되면 음식 맛도 없어지고.
In this case, we would have no appetite for food, nor would we be able to enjoy it. We would only shove the food into our mouth without savoring its flavor. Then all bodily function becomes twisted.
이제 이것이 비만이 일어나고.
When the DNA is disrupted, obesity can occur. Obesity stems from having many complaints. Unsatisfied people can become obese.
이런 거. 그래서 우리 음식을 좋은 걸 찾는
Therefore, we should try to improve ourselves instead of seeking to eat higher quality food. By enhancing your quality of energy, you will naturally eat good quality food with good quality people.
정확하게 나를 인도를 합니다. 내가 누구를 만나느냐 따라서
Depending on who you meet determines the type of food you eat. When you meet high quality people, you will naturally eat high quality food. Grand nature arranges these meetings naturally. Thus, you should put some effort into developing yourself in the right way. If your health issues are not resolved in the hospital, this implies that you have character flaws. By correcting your shortcomings even a little bit, you will create small changes in your health. Ask yourself, do I complain too much? Try to adjust your thoughts to be more open-minded. What happens when you accept the fact that you complain too much? You will become softer. What happens when you soften? Tension dissipates, causing muscles to relax. As muscles relax, shoulder pain goes away. Now that your shoulder pain is gone and your energy is circulating well, your appearance improves. As this occurs, higher quality people are attracted to you. As more people come to you, you receive their energies and develop even more. When people stay away from you, you feel lonely. Your appearance declines, and you lack energy. When people around you leave, you lack in receiving their energy, so you shrink forward.
에너지가 모자라면 요래 쭈그러집니다.
Just like old ladies with their rounded shoulders, they become smaller as all their acquaintances from youth have left them. What happens when you have many people around you? You become like this. You straighten up to receive energy. When energy leaves, shoulders shrink because there's no energy to hold. Therefore, we always need to stretch our chest to open up like this. That is how we can receive more energy. Be more open-minded. As you become softer and more flexible, you can digest almost everything coming into your body. Many people experience frozen shoulders, right? You have to introspect when you are afflicted with frozen shoulders. When you are at peace, your frozen shoulders will go away. If you're uptight, frozen shoulders will not improve even after treatment. The goal of treatment is to relax the muscles. Even if you try to relax them with therapy, your shoulder muscles will shrink back if you are still uptight. That is why frozen shoulders are not healed with traditional therapy. To cure frozen shoulders, you must treat yourself. You have to observe the quality of your thoughts. As you absorb energies from your circumstances through correct study, your muscle tension is released with much less effort. Relaxing muscles depends on you. Your influence plays a big role. This is not a severe disease, so people with such difficulties are called a semi-patient. There are two kinds of sick people: patients and semi-patients. Patients are those whose bodies are damaged by sickness, and semi-patients are those on their way to becoming patients. Semi-patients are the ones whose physical suffering can be resolved by listening to others' words. Patients require treatment with medication, while semi-patients can be treated by listening to wise words. That is why, in the Korean language, the mentally ill are called psychiatric semi-patients. Mental illness comes from something twisted that cannot untangle. If semi-patients were to consult with a good doctor, under his care, the patient's issues would be resolved through healthy dialogue. They will no longer be semi-patients. We have to understand how our body works. For those who are chronically ill and have not found a cure, instead of only receiving treatment for your symptoms, examine yourself. Knowing this should put your mind at ease. That way, you will be cured quickly. If you make a proper effort to cure yourself, you will find a great doctor. If you continue to be twisted, you will continue meeting bad doctors who will inflict further difficulties and waste your time. This is how the law of relationships works. If we make efforts to improve ourselves, we can resolve our issues easily by meeting good people. Do you understand?